Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. And be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take a few minutes to understand how this practice will help for us to develop our conventional life as ordinary people. And at the same time, out of that conventional development, how we can gain our spiritual success. So this journey need to go through by deeper understanding. When it comes to our ordinary life, why we need this practice? One of the reason is, as ordinary people in this conventional world, we are so hardwired to culture, tradition, justice, believing system, others' opinion. So we always try to please others, and we try to maintain our life to make kind of like other people happy. But by the time what happens, you start to feel this deeper emptiness in you, and it brings the fear, unsatisfaction, anxiety, depression. So the practicing will give you an opportunity, little bit detached from the outside conditions, and going to deeper to yourself and seeing that whatever the reasons arise in you with this outside world, where the roots are. Because seeing that is very necessary. Because the suffering itself come out of this intention, go towards the grasping nature, and it's kind of like have the fixation, preconditioned mind. So that is where the suffering comes. We always struggle to maintain something. But when it comes to life, it's not like that. So that's why whatever the life ahead, rather than struggle with it, it is better you get the best out of it once you learn something about it. I will bring you a story to understand this little bit. You know Muhammad Ali. And one time, when he was a child, his parents gave him a Christmas gift. And then it's a bicycle. So he was so happy about it. One day with his brother, he went to downtown. And then he left the bikes in a place and start to go around. When they come back, the bike already gone. And he got so disappointed, upset, mad, angry. And then he was trying to find people, but he couldn't find. And then because of his anger, he was shouting, if I find them, I beat them, kind of like that. Then there was a person came and told, in the close by there was a gym, and told in that gym there is a policeman. So if you go there and you can complain to him, maybe he will do something. And the Muhammad Ali went there to the gym, and then there was a policeman. So he told to the policeman, somebody took my bike, and if I find that person, I mash him. I beat him. So the policeman told, if you want to beat somebody, it is better you learn boxing. So that is the day the Muhammad Ali start to practice boxing. So what I want to mention, sometimes in our life, we all go through difficulties, hard time, pain, sadness, fear, and we want to overcome it. Sometimes our head tells us, do this, do that, with our anger, with our unbalanced mind, with hatred. We want to go and overcome the situation. That's normal. But the thing is, if you don't properly practice, you may get into more trouble. As example, when you go into argument, if you have the anger, then it going to take you to something. It never going to take you to any solution. And when you have the fear, when you try to do something with the fear-based action, so then it going to take you to mistakes. And when you have the doubt, and it always going to take you to make mistakes. So then it is better we work ourselves, brush up ourselves, clean ourselves, become strong ourselves. And that is where you can overcome these all situations. So when it comes to life, always you have to remember, around us with this everything 24/7, from birth to death, everywhere, we have to face with this uncertainty. We have to face with the turbulence. we have to face with the difficulties. We have to face with the danger. So then it is better you prepare for that. How you can prepare for that? Becoming strong with your own mind, knowingly, your own desires take you to situation. Not the outside situation come towards you most of time. Our inner desires is the very invitation for all the difficulties. So that's why the Buddha mentioned mind is the forerunner, mind is the chief. So the mind is the leader, mind is the creator. But the problem is we don't look into that, we don't aware about it. We always try to reasoning with these outside situations. But if you have ability to look into yourself and see the very condition of your mind, you may know you have to practice something. You have to learn something. You have to put more effort towards you. You have to be a little bit hard on you. You need some kind of training. So then when it comes to meditation, that is one of the best practice that you can have to strengthen your mind, even for the conventional level. And at the same time, out of that conventional development, you can slowly go into deeper spiritual practice. But the very first thing you have to remember, in this ordinary life, as ordinary people, we have to get into a very balanced life. Because the world not going to be balanced itself. You are the one who can do that. If I bring an example for that, you have to remember it doesn't matter you are the husband or the wife or the children or the parents, brothers, sisters, or the friends. You always have to remember you are the one who's sitting on the driving seat and you are the driver. Take other people, everybody around you in the family are kind of like a passengers. Maybe they have different kind of conversation. They into arguments. Maybe they laughing, they enjoying, they look at the window outside, and they do many things. As passengers, it's okay, but you can't do that. You are responsible. You have to take care of them, and at the same time, you are responsible to take care of yourself and come to the end of the journey. So then always we have to remember, it is very important where are we heading and how we maintain our life and how we guide ourselves, and at the same time how we contribute our life through our life to other people around us, especially the people who ever love around you, your family members. Because if they get hurt out of your own lifestyle, that is not good. So then there is a way, if you can drive yourself properly, safely, mindfully, and you can contribute something to them. So then the very first thing when it comes to life, having this awareness and knowing yourself and deeply understanding it, not just by believing, not just by having kind of like a blind faith, not just because you heard something and then you do it. No. You have to have deeper understanding how this happened. That's why you have to remember your mind is the chief. Your mind is the boss here. Your mind will guide everything. So according to the condition of the mind, you are capable to change the situation. And when it comes to meditation, in day-to-day life, always remember, we are naturally have the habit to react When the situation happens, we react. And sometimes even before the situations happen, we react. It is our system. It is in our blood, this reactive nature. And sometimes maybe you hear it and you experience it and then you react. And there are situations kind of like before things happen, you already react to things. So from where this come? And sometimes, most of time, these reactions unnecessary. So then there is a skill if you can develop, can change most of the situations around you. The step back. Rather than step forward, rather than react, you step back. So when you come to focus to your breath awareness, sensation of the breathing, and sometimes you feel tiredness, and sometimes you want to feel kind of like to change the posture. Sometimes you feel kind of like a discomfort or kind of like you want to do something. Always the mind try to tell this. But if you, rather than step forward, rather than react to it, if you step back a little bit and you will see that whatever that you saw, so it slowly go away. It's not there anymore. Maybe something else come. As example, when you practice, when you observe in LA, maybe you feel kind of like suddenly your back pain or maybe knee tight. You want to little bit move your leg and change it, make it more comfortable. But if you don't react to it and just observe a little bit, knowingly withdraw from that reaction and wait a little bit, that knee pain already gone. And then maybe suddenly the shoulder start to appear, kind of like a pain, little bit. And then if you withdraw from it, then something else come to your mind. So like that, it always, this information is always changing, this perception always changing. So remember that, observing it deeply, recognizing this. So from the beginning, we start with our inhalation, exhalation, breath awareness, and then by the time, so now the breath is the mental object, and by the time you can see mind as the mental object, thoughts as the mental object. Rather than it become the subject, your mind itself become the object and your awareness itself become the subject. So then you see the very nature, the condition of your mind. So whatever thought arise, you don't react. Even maybe somebody come to your mind, you don't react. Maybe you think, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Maybe different plans start to pop up in your mind. You don't react to it. And then when you don't react and when you step back, there is a beautiful thing happen. So whatever that, the very first moment that what you see, once it disappears, there is something else underneath that. So like that, you are capable to go a little bit more deeper rather than on the surface level of sensation. So whatever sensation arises, even your physical sensation, as I mentioned from the beginning, any pain or the sensation or any information, the whatever it arises, if you don't react to it, if you don't go with it, you recognize there's something deeper in you related to that. As a memory. So then you see that all the reactions come following the memory. Once you know it, you are capable to more step back. So then in day-to-day life, what we do most of time, we allow this memory to react, activate. That is what itself called the sanskara, mental formations. Not the very moment of real perception or the very moment of real experience. This our inner behavior react. That reaction has a history. Long journey. It has a deeper memory. So if you are capable little by little, go deeper into that, you will see from where it comes. That is what you need to see. Because we are capable to now see this outside world. Far away we can see the stars. And through the navigations, and we can see any maps and the roads and the destinations, and we can tap all the timeline and everything. But when it comes to inside us, sometimes we can't see that the reactions happen in between our perception and our experience is coming from our own memory. So you are just live with the memory. You are just repeating memory. You have a habit to react to things. So in the beginning, you don't need to stop it. Don't try to stop it. What you need to do, just try to, when the reactive nature arises, knowingly that step back. Step back. Wait for a moment. Little by little, it allows you to go deeper. And then when it comes to this all, in day-to-day life, how you can bring this practice to the outside world then? Because when we go through situations, when we have the hard time, when we go through pain, when we have a fear, when we have kind of like anxiety, depression, we just cannot tell to anybody, just let it go. We can't tell to people, oh, it's going to change, don't worry. No, you have to have something within yourself. You should know how to maintain, or you should know how to guide, or you should know how to practice something. So if you know meditation for a while, and if you have some practice, if you master any technique, then okay, but otherwise, sometimes there are situations come, what we know, just forget. This is our inner nature, inner behavior start to come. So then there are four things always remember in day-to-day life. So wherever go, whatever situations come, use it as a shield, protection. Like, we all have naked body, but when we go out, we wear cloth. It's a very mindful action. So, and sometimes according to the events that wherever you go, the very costume and the very makeup and all the hairstyle and everything, you change. So it's a very mindful reaction. So like that, always remember, for any action, you take this as kind of like a garment. You put this wear inside you, and whatever the other garments you put on the top of this. So the very first principle always you have to remember, and wherever you go and whatever the situation come, without any condition or without any comparison, one principle, the very first principle you have to practice. Do not harm whatsoever. Do not harm. Maybe you will get into arguments. Maybe situations come. Maybe that's kind of like a unhappiness there. Very, very hard time. But somehow it is your responsibility. You should know you are the driver. You are the one who taking everybody in a family and around you. And so you are responsible to take care of you and other people, and whatever they do, you can't depend on them. So then your responsibility should be do not harm. So that harmful thoughts cannot come to you. Don't allow it to happen. Always then you have to have the effort to maintain your reactions without harming to others. So that's a practice. That's a mindful living. It is just not crossing your legs and closing your eyes and stay here. It's a one practice. It is very necessary. But in day-to-day life with situations, wherever you go, whatever you do, always remember deeper in your heart, from the depth of it, from your best, try to practice not to harm for anybody, for in any situation. And the second one, practice the virtue as much as you can, whatever the possible. Don't try to, oh, other person do this way. No, you can't do that. The virtues, the principles, ethics, you can't follow according to other people. You have to follow according to your limits and as much as possible according to your understanding. So you have to do your best. It is not, the virtue is not something to follow. Virtue is you have to merge, you have to use, you have to bridge. Whatever the life principle, you have to bridge yourself to become more better person. But most of time in the society, that's why we are with the culture, tradition, we are more hardwired people. Oh, it should not be. Oh, this should not be. We just living in a society. We just living in a family, even in when it comes to religions. We just kind of like bound to many things, and you don't have mental freedom. But if you deeply look into ethics, virtue, life principles, Dharma, it's place to place, people to people, society to society, it's different. But your responsibility should be, if you want to become more better person, put some value on you and then practice yourself. And so what you remember, this is something you have to be very careful. What you practice, don't try to put on others. It is a wrong way of practice. It's not going to happen. Because according to your capacity, according to other people's capacity, understanding, their purpose of life, and it's all different. So what you practice, and practice as much as possible, and do your best. And the third one is tame your mind. So the taming mind means here, if I bring a simile or the example, it's like when you bring a wild horse, what you do, you start to train that horse. And one of the best example is dog. So once you train the dog, it's that dog become more friendly with the people. It's not like a wild dog. When you say sit, it's sit. When you say come, it's come. And even you can take into a public place, they don't bark. They don't bite. Even they see another dog, it's okay problem. So you train. So it was not there, but you train that. So if you can train the dog, you can train the, just imagine the elephants, in the Eastern countries, sometimes when the festival time come, so hundreds elephants, go with very public place and even people on the top of the elephants. But how about the wild elephant? No one can come closer. Even the tigers, there are some people go safari, there are some tigers, lions, they train to be with human. They don't attack. Even snakes, pythons, these wild animals, very dangerous animals, but people are capable to train them. So then, why you can't train your mind? So taming the mind means what? That you take out that wild nature. So according to one of the very latest research, the most dangerous animal in the world is human. Why? Because when the human go anywhere, other animals, if they hear the human voice, they run away. No animals come, and they don't know any animal feel kind of like a safe when they hear the human voice. Why then see that we have very wild, dangerous mind. So taming your mind is an art. That is what practicing meditation help. Because you close your eyes and suddenly you close your eyes, then suddenly pop up something. Oh, I want to do this, I want to go there, and I want to do this. So like now you're sitting and you're trying to focus to your inhalation, exhalation. You're trying to settle down a little bit, but your mind start to bringing many ideas. Because this is what happened all the time. And sometimes it not allow you even to have a little nap or sleep or something. It always with the dreams and with things, ideas, thoughts, always something there. And most of things unnecessary, unprofitable, useless. So then taming the mind means you have to be a little bit hard on you, take out all the unnecessary thoughts from you. You are the one who need to do that. So then, especially nowadays with the social medias, and you have to remember, you should not allow your mind to grab unnecessary informations. So now your phone, with this all the social media, it can become a kind of like a Oxford dictionary. It can become a kind of like a Harvard University. But at the same time, remember, it can become like a trash can. So it is up to you to make it. Your cell phone, your social media, it is up to you to make it a kind of like a Harvard University. You can access to all the information, and you can learn every day something new. You can become more better person. You can look at the life with the more broad way, and you can get out of this egocentric, self-centered, narrow mind and become more better person. But at the same time, remember, you can keep watching all the TikToks and the YouTube, Facebook and everything, Instagram, everything, and put everything here, and within few minutes, your mind become kind of like a trash can. And you get into la la land, and then you have no idea where it's take you. So it is your choice. So that's why taming your mind means you have power to select. You have power to select what to watch, what to follow, what to keep listening, what is important for you, what is not important. Don't blame to the other people, or don't blame to the social media or anything. No, it is your own responsibility. So then taming the mind is very necessary. That is one of the major principles that you have to practice today. Every day you have to look into, because otherwise this is like a wild animal, and we have the long history. And our ancestors, generations to generations backward, our ancestors, they had a very this hunter-gatherer lifestyle, and they are kind of like they had go and get a lifestyle. Very tribal way of surviving. It's still sometimes that memory is still with us. Say, sometimes we bring the disease like this genetic disease. So kind of like that, this behavior, this hunter-gatherer, go and get this behavior is still within us. So this wild mind, you have to tame. So you can do that. Like, see how you train the dog. Sit. If they sit, come, they come. So like that, you sit for 5 minutes, you sit. If the dog, when you say sit, if they can sit, if you want to practice 5 minutes, why you can't do it every day? So that's why this taming the mind is one of the major principles when it comes, because with this mind itself, conventional mind, we can't go forward. It's never going to bring us anything. It always go towards something unprofitable, and it has power to destroy everything. Your mind, if you don't tame your mind, it has power to kill you, destroy everything around you. And then just imagine if you are the driver of the vehicle, and all other family members, everybody, they are the passengers. And if you take the wrong turn, what will happen? You get into crash. And you kill maybe, and maybe other people kill, and then maybe around you. Forget about killing, and we give the pain. While they live, they die looking at you. They suffer every day. So that's what happens. And when we start to give hard time, especially around the family members, because of a crazy mind. So tame the mind, tame the mind. So that way you are capable to uplift yourself little by little, little by little. It's not going to happen overnight. But remember this and little by little practice. So the very first principle, the very first shield that you have to protect yourself, wear yourself like a garment wherever you go, do not harm whatsoever. Period. And the second one, practice virtue as much as possible. Follow the principles, ethics, dharma, according to you to become a better person. The third principle, tame your mind. Don't allow this wild mind to go into the society. The fourth principle you have to remember. We are what we think. There's nothing else. Behind you, there is no any guardians to protect you. Behind you, there is no one to take all the responsibility behalf of you. So your thoughts are responsible for your life. So then you become what you think. Then what you need to do? Look into your thoughts. Every day, every second, when you think something, step back a little bit. Look at that mind as an object. Your awareness becomes the subject and look, what is this mind keep thinking? Why? Because it becomes your life. It can make you crazy. It can take you to kind of like it can make you kind of like a cuckoo. You always, you're living in a different world. So you step back and look into that. So then if it is related to the greed, hatred, and the delusion means not knowingly reasons, with the doubt. So that's why I'd say don't have a doubt regarding others. Always have the doubt regarding your limits. So you look into yourself. And that way, you start to see this most of the thoughts come to you. It's keep happening there for a long time and it doesn't have any meaning. It is not profitable. It takes just the time. It takes so much energy from you. It's kind of like a suck all the energy, strength from you, and it make you more weak. So then, always whatever profitable things necessary, you guide your own mind to be with it. And then if you want to change the life, what you need to do? Change your thoughts. No one can stop you. If you want to change your life, changing clothes, changing jewelries, changing the room, changing the apartment, change the house, change the country doesn't work. Even change the life doesn't work. You have to change your mind. So change your thoughts. Once you change your thoughts, everything start to follow that. So those are the 4 principles always you have to remember in day-to-day life. So while you practice, you always practice to step back without reacting. And in day-to-day life, morning to night, from birth to death, in between this moon and sun, all these four directions, wherever you go, always remember, keep this four practice as a shield for you. It's guaranteed. Day by day, you become closer to liberation or the Nibbana, and each and every step, each and every second worth for you. It brings the satisfaction, it brings the safety for you. Not only that for you, it brings the safety, whoever around you, that's become the best contribution to your family, and it become your best contribution to this entire humanity. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. So all the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please, in front of your nose and upper lip area. And now keep the attention towards the sensation and be aware about your inhalation, exhalation. Whatever come to your mind, don't go with it. Just settle down with the breathing. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjisami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamuncatu. Bless you.